Om Swastiastu. Good morning, sir and friends. On this occasion, I will present LKN7 on lipid metabolism. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Marta Ulitambunan with SIN 24130311026. Um, Next, explain the definition of lipid metabolism and its role in energy supply in the body. Lipid metabolism refers to all biochemical processes involved in the synthesis, anabolism, and breakdown, catabolism, of lipids in the body. This includes fatty acids, triglycerides, and cholesterol. Its primary role is to provide energy, especially during fasting or prolonged physical activity. Fatty acids are broken down through beta oxidation to produce acetyl-CoA, which enters the citric acid cycle and leads to ATP production. Lipids are the most energy-dense macromolecules, yielding more ATP than carbohydrates or proteins, making them a major long-term energy reserve. Oke, kita next ke materi selanjutnya. Explain the main step of uh, beta oxidation of fatty acid in the cell, including its location. Beta oxidation is the process of breaking down fatty acid into acetyl-CoA units. It occurs in the mitochondrial matrix. The process begins with activation of fatty acid in the cytosol to form fatty acyl-CoA, followed by transport into the mitochondria via the carnitine cycle. Inside the mitochondria, beta oxidation proceeds through four repeating steps: oxidation, producing FADH2; hydration, second oxidation, producing NADH; and pyrolysis, which releases one acetyl-CoA. This cycle repeats until the entire fatty acid is converted into acetyl-CoA units. Based on the case, why does this decreased fatty acid oxidation lead to fat accumulation in the body? Decreased beta oxidation means that fatty acids are not effectively broken down to produce energy. As a result, fatty acids accumulate in tissues and are reesterified into triglycerides. This leads to fat storage in adipose tissue and abnormal accumulation in organs such as the liver, causing fatty liver. Additionally, reducing ATP production from fatty acids results in fatigue. The imbalance between lipid intake, synthesis, and degradation causes elevated triglycerides and LDL levels in the blood. Next, explain the process of fatty acid synthesis, including location, main substrates, and key enzymes. Fatty acid synthesis occurs in the cytosol of cell, mainly in the liver and adipose tissue. The main substrates are acetyl-CoA, malonyl-CoA, and NADPH. The process begins with the conversion of acetyl-CoA to malonyl-CoA by the enzyme acetyl-CoA carboxylase, which is the rate-limiting step. Then the fatty acid synthesis complex catalyzes a series of reactions that along the carbon chain, producing palmitate C16 banding 0 as the final product. NADPH provides the reducing power required for the synthesis. Next, compare beta oxidation and fatty acid synthesis in terms of location, function, and energy requirement. Beta oxidation occurs in the mitochondrial matrix and functions to break down to fatty acid into acetyl-CoA to generate energy in the form of ATP. In contrast, fatty acid synthesis takes place in the cytosol and functions to build fatty acid for energy storage. Beta oxidation produces energy ATP, NADH, and FADH2, while fatty acid synthesis requires energy input in the form of ATP and NADPH. These processes are oppositely regulated and do not occur simultaneously at high rates. Next, to calculate the total ATP produced from complete oxidation of 1 mole of palmitic acid C16 banding 0. Palmitic acid C16 banding 0 undergoes a 7 cycle of beta oxidation, producing 8 acetyl-CoA, 7 NADH, and 7 FADH2. Its acetyl-CoA enters the citric acid cycle and produces 10 ATP. Therefore, A acetyl-CoA produces 88 ATP. From beta oxidation, 7 NADH produce 17,5 ATP dan 7 FADH2 produce 10,5 ATP. Jadi totalnya itu total ATP-nya produksi ada 108 ATP. However, 2 ATP are used during the activation of palmitate, resulting in a net yield of 106 ATP. Explain how triacylglycerol are synthesized and broken down, and their role in energy storage. Triacylglycerol are synthesized in the liver and adipose tissue by esterifying glycerol 3-phosphate with 3 fatty acids. This process stores excess energy. Lipolysis is the breakdown of triacylglycerol into glycerol and free fatty acid catalyzed by hormone-sensitive lipase. The realized fatty acids are transported to tissues for beta oxidation, while glycerol can be used in gluconeogenesis. Triacylglycerols serve as the main long-term energy storage form in the body. Okay, next to explain the process of cholesterol synthesis and its role in the body. Cholesterol synthesis occurs mainly in the liver and begins with acetyl CoA. The key regulatory step is catalysis by HMG-CoA reductase, converting HMG-CoA into methylmalonate. Through a series of reactions, cholesterol is produced. Cholesterol is essential for maintaining cell membrane structure, serving as a precursor for steroid hormones, bile acid, and vitamin D. However, excessive cholesterol, especially LDL, increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. Okay, next, analyze the role of insulin and glucagon in regulating lipid metabolism. Insulin promotes lipid storage by stimulating fatty acid synthesis and inhibiting lipolysis. It activates acetyl-CoA carboxylase and increases triglyceride formation. In contrast, glucagon stimulates lipolysis and fatty acid oxidation during fasting conditions. It activates hormone-sensitive lipase and inhibits fatty acid synthesis. These hormones maintain energy balance depending on nutritional status. Next, based on the case, explain the relationship between fatty acid metabolism, triacylglycerol metabolism, and cholesterol metabolism in obesity and metabolic disorders. In obesity and metabolic disorders, there is an imbalance between lipid synthesis and degradation. Reduced fatty acid oxidation leads to accumulation of fatty acids which are converted into triglycerol and stored in adipose tissue and the liver, causing fatty liver. At the same time, increased synthesis and impaired clearance of cholesterol result in elevated LDL levels. These interconnected pathways contribute to dyslipidemia, energy imbalance, and increased risk of metabolic and cardiovascular diseases. Okay, thank you for opportunity. I hope uh, materi yang saya beri bisa uh, bisa berdampak baik untuk teman-teman yang mendengar. Dan mohon maaf atas kekurangan dari penyampaian dan informasi yang saya berikan. Dengan itu saya tutup dengan para Santi Om, Santi 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 Om.